Hey there, thanks so much for tuning in. My name is Brittany and I'm here to talk to you about Orchard Corsets CS-411 Romantic Curve Corsets. Now this is a corset style that has been around with us for a really long time and it is always a favorite among our customers. It happens to also be available in 3 different lengths. The long line that I have on now, a shorter standard length option, and then as well as a standard length overbust corset top option. Now, these are all in our romantic curve corset family. So all of their rib and hip dimensions are very similar, but they're not exactly the same. So I'll be sure to put in the exact dimensions down in the description. But to give you just an idea while I have it on, the ribs of all of them are 6 inches greater than the waist, and then the hips are 10 to 11 inches greater than the waistline of all of the corsets. Now, the lengths, so like I said, it's available in 3 different ones. The long line measures 12 inches here at this front center busk. So you do need to have a bit of a long torso to be able to sit comfortably in this one. I'll be honest, I'm faking it a little bit. I am not long enough to wear this one, so if I were to sit, it would not be very comfortable. But I wanted to wear that so I could show you the different lengths really easily. So now this is the standard length option, and it measures 10 inches long. So it's 2 inches shorter than the long line sister to it. So you see, it's just a little bit shorter, and I'd be much more comfortable in this style than this one. Now this is its overbust option. And this is a standard length, just like this, but it measures 14 inches long at its front center busk because it's including, obviously, the cups as well. Now, it sits just a little bit above the hip line on me, but it's got a nice modest coverage up top. And again, that one's 14 inches long in the front center busk. Because it's an overbust, though, you don't need to have as long of a torso, to wear this one as this one, because most of that extra length is up here on your top rather than down on your lap where it would get in the way. Now, all of these corsets, just like all of our corsets, have only real steel bones. Just like any corset you get at Orchard Corset, that's what they all are. Now, for all of these corsets, though, they're available in a bunch of different fabrics. Mesh is something that the standard and the long line are available in, and they have what we call a graduated boating pattern. And all that means is that the corsets in the larger sizes have more bones to give those people more support. And then the smaller sizes don't need as many bones because there's just not as much corset. So for the standard length mesh, this length, but in mesh, you would find 16 to 26 flat and spiral steel bones. And in this long line, but in mesh, you would find 26 to 34 flat and spiral steel bones. But in all of them, besides mesh, you will see 18 flat and spiral steel bones. That would be, cotton, satin, leather, all of those in standard, long line, or the overbust for 18 flat and spiral steel bones. Now, this is a great corset for cosplay, waist training, tight lacing, but we really love to see it, especially under clothing. Because of its really simple design and kind of gentle curve, it's got a bit more of a natural silhouette. It makes it really ideal to hide under your clothing. You'll notice it doesn't have peaks under the underbust like some of our styles, and it doesn't kind of swoop over the hips. And that just makes it really simple to hide under dresses or with slacks or blazer, however it is you dress, or even really casually, with jeans and a t-shirt. Now these corsets, just like all of our corsets, feature a reinforced waist tape. Now that is what you need to be able to anchor to your waistline to really give you that support needed for tight lacing and waist training. You can't see it, but where you'll find it is right along the smallest portion of the corset, right at the waistline. If you kind of have a corset in your hand, you can feel for it with your fingers. It's really just like it sounds. It's a strong, reinforced, inch-wide piece of ribbon at the waistline that is sewn in all throughout the corset to give you that nice structure. And as well as the waist tape, just like in all of our corsets, you will also find a 5-inch Modesty Panel. Now this is something that's also in all of our corsets, as well as these 411s. It is a 5-inch wide flap of fabric underneath the lacing pattern in the back. And its whole purpose is to give you some kind of modesty behind your laces, to cover up your clothing, and to give a little bit more comfort. However, you don't need it for functionality, so you can just take it out with some seam rippers and a little bit of patience. And then the last detail on this, on these CS-411 corsets, all of them feature 6 hidden garter tabs. Now, they really are truly hidden. You don't know that they're there from the outside, and you only need to use them if you want to. But they are just little spot for you to slip in your garter extension, so you can easily and seamlessly wear your stocking pantyhose, out in your day-to-day life. Now, this is a style that we have available in a lot of fabrics just all the time, but it's also one that we really enjoy bringing out new limited edition options in. So if you have any ideas for new limited edition colors, fabrics, or anything like that in these styles, or have a specific question on these ones, or just a question about waist tuning in general, please drop it in the comments below, and we will answer you just as quick as we can. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.